When do you want it? Now. We've been waiting too long. It's been systematic failures. Systematic from the coroner, the inquest, the CPS, the IOPC, who are not fit for purpose. The IOPC only gathers their evidence to literally protect themselves and not even acknowledge our families' concerns. When it comes to systematic failures, we're talking about right root bottom, grassrooted organizations within this country that do not want to listen to the families. Kingsley called the police for help. He was sectioned under the Mental Health Act. Kingsley didn't have no mental health illness. So when they use their 136 powers, it's to protect themselves or the public from harm. Kingsley was not publicly harming anyone. He felt threatened in an area in Birmingham while he was with his son. This goes to show how the system, the police are wicked. Race played a big part of Kingsley's death. A lot of people don't understand. He was a big black man and he seemed intimidating. Kingsley was humble as a lamb. When Kingsley called the police for help, all he wanted to know is that he's going to be safe. He didn't know he was going to be dead 72 hours later. He didn't know that he was going to be sectioned under the Mental Health Act, and he did not have any form of mental health illness. When it came to the criminal trial, the perjury trial, basically all of the police officers lied on oath at the inquest, stating that they did not see the blanket covering that was wrapped around my brother's neck, or did they even hear Kingsley say he cannot breathe. All of the NHS staff stated on evidence in the criminal trial, Kingsley saying he cannot breathe. Does that remind you of someone? Yes. Who does that remind you of? Say his name. George Floyd. 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 We cannot sit in silence no more. These are what continue to happen on a daily basis. So when Kingsley said he cannot breathe, the police, I'm naming every one of those police officers right now. I'm not sick of saying our families' names. I want to start raising the profile of the murderers here who's been reinstated back into the police force. PCAD. PC Shorthouse. PC Greenfield. PC Fannin. PC Fannin. PC Greenfield. PC Shorthouse. PC AD has been sacked. If he's going to be sacked for lying on oath, why have they not been convicted? This is what this is our cries. This is our pain. This is our grief. This is our life. Okay, we're gonna chant. Lock them up. All right, lock them up. 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 Lock them up! 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 PC Shorthouse, PC Shannon. No justice, no peace until they prosecute police. We're not going to give up the fight. Not going to give up the fight. You don't understand how passionate we are in Birmingham. We've been marching non-stop. We marched on the 7th of July 2011. We marched 18 months later just for his body to be released, because they took 18 months to release the body to the family. If families go through this, if you do not keep it up in the public domain, there's no public interest. If there's no public interest, your families do not award a prosecution, a criminal trial. It goes to show you have to break that silence. You cannot sit down and take it no more. Because as far as I'm concerned, Kingsley called the police for help. I never know he was going to end up dead. My brother's spirit is within me. Racism played the key role in Kingsley's death. They sectioned him, sedated him, beat him, suffocated him, restrained him for over 2 hours, head down, hands behind his back, legs restrained, arms restrained, back restrained, towel wrapped around his neck. What does that remind you of? Slavery. Murderer, slavery. They're beating us daily, yeah? Every day they are beating us in systematic ways, in education and housing, in the economic gains of the country. It's time things need to change. I went to America in 2015 on behalf of Black Lives Matter. Myself, Mark Duggan's brother, Mark Duggan's brother, Stephanie Lightfoot Bennett, and Marcia Riggs. We went there on behalf of all the families who have died in police custody, sharing our stories. In 2015, it was Patrice Cullors that paid for us to go to America, California. We was touring. 5 years later, we are still literally with solidarity. But basically, she's like my sister, yeah? Don't matter where Black Lives Matter come from. Don't matter who is the leaders, yeah? They're not being funded by the white supremacy. This is what I want to get out today. A lot of people's minds are being twisted. There's a lot of propaganda out there where a lot of people are thinking, hold on a minute, where are they getting their money from? How come it's all lesbians who's leading? I don't care if you're lesbian, gay, I don't business. As far as I'm concerned, we've got a bigger fight out there, and the fight is against us as a nation, and we need every single body. When I go to United Friends and Family Campaign March in London, there's white people who are dying. They are crying out for justice. They don't understand how to fight the system. We are leading on each person's shoulder. Even this morning, we've got a committee going on. We're formalizing the structure of United Family and Friends campaign, and it started off in 1999 with Brian Douglas's sister in London. She could not deal with it anymore, so she passed on the baton to Marcia Riggs. Now the organization is formulating a movement. We're having our own main movement. We're part of Black Lives Matter, but the UK need their own movement at the same time. We all need unity. We all need strength. If we don't fight this system, I'm sorry to say, it's going to continue to happen time and time again. I've got my son who's here with me, 20 years old. He's been stopped and searched non-stop. Every time he leaves the house, my heart is in my mouth. Yeah? Tears are coming to my eyes because I do not want history to repeat itself within my family, or someone I know, or someone I know, or someone you know, or someone you love. We've all got family and friends here. The police are continuing to abuse their powers. During that abuse, our loved ones are being murdered in the wickedest way possible. All Kingsley wanted was help. We never know who was going to die in that particular way. But we're still fighting here. 9 years later, and it's not gonna end here. What do we want?
Justice!
When do you want it?
Now!
What do you want?
Justice!
When do you want it?
Now!
You see at the end of this, we're marching through the city centre. Yeah? We're not staying right here. We're marching and letting everybody hear our voices. Yeah? We're not staying stagnant. We're not staying still. We need to let the whole Birmingham city centre know enough is enough, and we're not going to stay silent until justice has been served. Peace, blessings. So anyone can speak to me. We've got Kingsley Borough campaign going round. We need funds. We need money. We need private prosecution right now. Yeah? Because as far as I'm concerned, every single one of those officers are accountable, and we will make justice here in Birmingham. What do you want?
Justice!
When do you want it?
Now!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Until the prosecute police respect everyone.
What a powerful speaker, eh? That's Kingsley's sister and Kingsley's mum, Janet. Yeah? One thing just to say about Kingsley's case, very, very important for our community. There were 4 main services involved in Kingsley's death. The police, the mental health service, the hospital, and the ambulance service. And there was disrespect all throughout. I remember the inquest, we had to file a formal complaint against the ambulance service because they were being so disrespectful with his mum stood right there. So, the police also, part of that, notified the hospital that Kingsley had a criminal conviction, which he didn't. So if you've got sons, you've got children, you must be very, very, very worried in this society, and you've got to take a stand, yeah? We're going to introduce our next speaker, Sonia Neville Webster, mother of Julian Webster.
Yes. Just going 4 or 5 runs back in a second. Goodness, man.